Hello everyone, Sheila back again. Welcome to my channel. I am busy doing, this is a baby blanket. I'm doing a little bit of this. This is my friend Molly. It was one of her relatives, a great niece I think she said it was, sent her the wool and asked her to knit a baby blanket for her. Because Molly is a good knitter. But this is chenille. And Holly couldn't get away with it. She just couldn't knit it. And she said, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to just have to send the wool back to them. I can't say, oh, says Molly, just give it to me. I'll knit it for you. This is the finer chenille. But you know, with this, it's very hard to see what stitch you're doing. I've started off with, when I do baby blankets, I do lap blankets more or less about the same size, 28 inches by 30 inches. But there was no instructions whatsoever on the label to tell you. All it says is 5mm needles. I have a ball in here, I can show you the wool. This is Divanti. Now I know this is the range sells this because I've seen it in the range of where I live. But all it tells you is what it's made of, 100% polyester and 5mm needles, and there's 100 grams in it. Doesn't tell you how many stitches to the inch, how many rows. And anyway, I worked it out. I think it's 4 stitches to the inch. I'm not bothered about how many rows because it is 4 balls. And when I've knitted one ball, I'll just measure it and that'll tell me how there's 4 balls. That'll be multiplied by 4. So I'll know what length the blanket's going to come out. So I put 112 stitches on. That's how I worked out for 28 inches. But I don't know till I finish this ball and measure it. So it'll need to measure at least about 7.5 inches. This one ball for the 4 balls to get to measure around about 30 inches. That's what I'm hoping it's going to be. So that's what I've measured, what I've got on the needles, and it does measure 28 inches. So I've worked out the 4 stitches to the inch. But the only trouble with this stuff is I don't want it to curl in, which would happen if I was doing just stocking stitch with the the garter stitch edge. It still turns in. And if I do just garter stitch, that'll use more wool because the garter stitch sort of gathers in more. So I thought I'll do knit 4, purl 4 all the way like a basket stitch. But you can't see the stitches sometimes. I'm not sure whether I've done knit 4. When I've come to done a knit 4, I'm not sure whether I've actually done knit 4. And I'm trying to look at the stitches and see where it changes from a knit to a purl. 4, and I think that's 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to have to go back to the start and count the stitches up to that row. And then make sure I never stop in the middle of a row because I'll never be able to find out what stitch I've got to do afterwards. I think there's 3 purl stitches there, but I'm not absolutely certain. I just don't want it to curl in. So anyway, that's what I'm doing for Molly, which she gave it to me at our knitting natter yesterday. But before I tell you about my knitting natter, I'm going to put a lot of people's minds at rest. I told you in, I don't know, it was my last video or a few days ago about how I was ill for a while, and a lot of you have suggested TIA. It is not a TIA. It is a food allergy reaction I had. And what I didn't tell all of you is when I was telling you about that is my husband, he's been gone 11 years now. But he had the same problems with his heart and lungs and everything, and he had these TIAs, and the doctor prescribed aspirin for him, 75 milligram aspirin. And when he started taking that, I took it myself as well, and I have done for years, so I know I'm covered. There was nothing to do with TIA. So put your minds at rest. I'm not popping my clogs anytime soon. I'm going to be here as long as I possibly can. Just to let you all know that it was a black pepper food allergy. I've had something like this happen before, and I know it was black pepper that caused it, but I didn't realise I was actually allergic to black pepper. I never ever used black pepper, any kind of pepper. But when I make food for my son, who was helping me in the garden, I know he puts pepper on his food, and I thought, oh, it's just once, I'll put some in, only that was a mistake I made. I put the black pepper in there. So at least now I know that I am allergic to it, and not never to use it again. If my son wants any pepper on, he'll have to put it on after it's been cooked. But my son has been coming up and helping me in the garden. That's, I haven't been doing a lot of knitting and things because we've been working in the garden, and he is busy changing jobs at the moment, and he has a month before he starts this new job he's going to start. So that's why he's been coming up and down here helping me in the garden. He does work from home, but he doesn't have a lot of time to himself. You're supposed to be up today, but we're supposed to be getting rain, but he is filling something in on his computer that he has to do with this job that he's going to be doing. But he's been painting my fence and all that. But sometimes I'm glad when he doesn't come up because he talks the hind legs off a donkey. Then he said to me, I know where I get it from, don't I, ma'am? But anyway, that's enough about that. But I was at my knitting that day yesterday, and that was where Molly gave us the wool and that for the asking if I would knit this. Well, she didn't ask at first. I offered, but she was happy when I did offer. Because Molly has a problem with her hand. She has, on one hand, she only has 3 fingers. She had to have a finger amputated for some reason, or she's had some problem with it. And she finds it difficult to use bigger needles. It's only 5mm needles I'm using. And then this wool, she was having trouble holding it. She couldn't manage it. So, because Molly is 93 years old, you know, she doesn't find things as easy as the rest of us. That was how I ended up offering to do this for Molly. So I'll be doing a little bit of this when I can, as well as a little bit of other things that I can. But while we're at my knitting, my oldest sister, I have 2 sisters, an older sister and a younger sister. My oldest sister, Eleanor, she's 3 years older than me. She's almost 84. She came up to my knit and natter, not to join us with a knit and natter. She just came up to bring some wool. She said she used to do the same thing, but for charity. She hasn't knitted for a long time. And she just thought that all the spare wool she had might be handy for us girls. She brought it up. I don't need any. So I just let the other girls take what there was bags of it. I went to my sister Eleanor's car with her to help her carry the bag. I thought she meant one bag. There was bags and bags of it. We brought it in and we just piled it all on the table, and I said, just pick what you want out. It was like a free for all. If you'd seen them all, I want this, I want that, and that. But I still ended up with a bag full to come home. I didn't want any. I'm going to show you the bag I'd come home with. This is just scraps, of balls that nobody else wanted, or all the little scraps and things like that. So I've still got a big bag of wool like that, which I don't need. But I'll sort it out. The little bits come in handy for crocheting and things like that. And there is some yarn in there that is, it looks as big about one ply. I would have to put 3 strands. I think there's 3 balls of it. I'd have to put about 3 strands together to make it into like 4 ply, I think. But I'm going to do some knitting, and I'm just going to count these stitches because I'm not sure whether I've knitted 3. I just cannot tell with the stitches. I'll work back from here. 3, 4. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 4. 2, 4. 2, 4. 2, 4. 2, 4. Because I like to be knitting while I'm talking, and I can't do it because I've lost what stitch I was doing. 2, 4. 2, 4. 2, 4. 2, 4. 2, 4. 2, 4. 2, 4. 2, 4. 2, 4. 2, 4. Oh, I've only done 2 stitches. Now, where's my... They were purl stitches I'm doing, so I've got to do another 2 purl, I think. Or could they be knit? No, I'm not sure. I'm not even sure whether they're knit or purl. I'm just going to put that down. I can't knit that while I'm talking. I'll knit some of my own. It's easier to do with. I just cannot make out those stitches. I'm going to have to go back to the start of the row again because I know I started with knit 4 and then purl 4. So I'm going to have to go knit 4, purl 4, just find out what stitches I was actually doing. I wish there was some other kind of stitch I could do with that you could see, but I can see the rows when I'm looking. I can see the garter stitch. I did 6 rows of garter stitch to start it with. But I just cannot work out what the other stitches are. 1, 2. I don't think those are knit. I think those are purl. Or I may have knitted. I may have knitted one knit stitch too many. I think I made a mistake in that stitch. I'm going to have to check it properly. So I'm going back to my own anyway. That's what much I've done on the sleeve. It's getting a bit further up. But this is something I'll be doing for the crochet as well, with my crochet channel. But this was I'll put that down in a minute. I started this the other day for a lady who asked me to do a lap blanket for her husband. Now I thought the sizes at the time were rather large that she asked for, like 54 by 58 or 60 inches. But I thought, well, that's what somebody's asked for. That must be what she wants. And I started doing it, but it was so big and it was just not going to be enough wool, and I was having to make a like a stripe with a different shade in it and that. So I messaged the lady called Linda. I messaged her back again to ask her if she had the stitches right, because I told her the size I normally do for a lap blanket, and I actually folded what I had done up to the size and put it over my knee and sent her a photo to see what it would actually look like, a smaller size. And she did agree that she had got the measurements wrong. I don't know where she got the measurements from, but I said it was going to fit a single bed. No, and she wanted only to cover the chair. So I have pulled out what I did, and I've started again with this, a much better size for putting over your knee for sitting on a chair. So I did a lot of work that had to be pulled out, but at least I know now I'm not going to have to put any stripes in. There's enough in this yarn to do the whole thing in it. Next time, if anybody asks me something like that, where I should have asked the lady in the first place, because I just didn't think it was right, the size she was asking for a chair, but I thought she must have wanted to cover more of the chair than what just the knees, but I should have asked. It was my own fault, really. I should have asked anyway. So I did a lot of work on that. That had to come back out again. So that's what I do that in the morning. I haven't done any of that today because I've been busy on with that one for Molly's. I'm going to do a little bit of this in the afternoon. I don't usually show this on this channel. I keep this for my crochet channel to get views on that channel. So I'll put that down anyway. And I haven't gotten any more done on this. That's as far as I've got. I'll have to get that finished, the back. But I have not wrote anything down for this. I'm going to have to work out what I'd actually done and write it down in my book in case I do any patterns for it. And I took these yesterday to the knit and natter to show the girls what I had been doing and saying that this is for a 6 to 12 month. No, a 3 to 6 month, sorry. 3 to 6 month old baby that I was working out the hat and the booties and the mittens, and everybody says, do you not think the booties is a bit big for a 3 to 6 month? And I said, actually, I was thinking that myself. I think I've made it too big, so I'm going to have to pull that out and work out the smaller size, because I think that's more likely to fit a 6 to 12 month baby. That I was thinking, but that was all under their opinion because I wasn't sure whether it was just me or them. But it is too big for a 3 to 6 month baby, so I'll have to take the booty out and do a smaller size and write that down in the book before I can get the pattern sorted out. But I have the hat sorted out and the mittens. Mittens are quite all right, the size of the mitten. But I've only done one of each anyway because you only need one of each for the actual pattern. And then afterwards, I will knit the other one, the other booty and the other mitten, and I'll knit the cardigan as well and sell the whole thing as a set. So I'm putting that down for now, and I'll pick up my own. I'll just have to finish the sleeve. I'm going to do this tonight instead of doing other things. But like I'm saying, I've been too busy in my garden, helping my son, and he's doing all the paint. He's been painting outside the fence outside because kids tend to put a lot of graffiti on your fences. But he's been putting stuff on and it hasn't covered it. The graffiti's still shown through the paint. But he's doing other things. He's going to try and clean my patio because my patio was beautiful when my husband and myself laid that patio years ago. We both started it, but my husband wasn't too well about 2/3 of the way through, and I finished it all myself. And they were lovely coloured paving things we put down. They were pink, yellow, and grey. But over the years, they've just got scruffy. We should have put something over that, you paint over that, stops that from happening. So my son was bringing some stuff up. He's going to try and clean the tiles up, or the paving things up, and then maybe get something to paint over them to stop them spoiling again. So he's doing all these things for me because he doesn't know what to do with himself for the next month while he's waiting for to start this new job. But he usually has my head ringing by the time he goes home. So sometimes I'm glad when he goes home. So that's my little bit for today. So thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll catch you all another time. So bye for now.